happens to be on the property that I am a caretaker of. Me and the former me and the former owner of the place, who has recently passed away, planted these well over 10 years ago with spore plugs, and they are still blooming. What is up, gang? I'm doing somewhat of a different video. I'm going to be reviewing these two knives, but the special thing is these are my two prototype designs that I have made. I've constructed them out of vintage old knives. So basically, so I didn't have to heat treat and temper it and forge and quench and all the process that would have to go into making a knife from scratch. I wanted to be able to quickly mock up two prototypes, which I have done here. And we'll start off with this one, which I am calling the Dingo. It is, let's see, I haven't really measured them yet, so it's about 4.5 inches, 4.25 inches, probably 4.5 maybe on the blade, probably 4.25 on the handle. We got a nice finger choil. They have jimping on the thumb for grip. This is basically, I tried to combine a Kephart knife design, somewhat of a Canadian belt knife design, along with a Nessmuck design, and kind of stretch it out and slim it down broadways into this particular tool that we have here, the Dingo, with green G10 liners and burlap micarta scales, and a leather sheath that just happens to fit it. And to stick with the theme of the name for the Dingo, I chose the Wombat for this one. And this is what the Wombat looks like. This will be the blade shape. Both of these are just prototypes that I made to get the blade shape that I wanted and the features that I wanted. This one has a sharpening choil and a finger choil. Finger choil, little sharpening choil here. We've got the thumb jimping. We also have tip jimping. So you can choke up, put your middle finger in your finger choil, thumb on the side, and reach up and put your finger there. So if you're skinning something, you can pull the skin back and use this to separate it. And I will probably do something with the handle. This is just an Ontario Knife and Tool old butcher knife, and I have modified it to what it is now. And there was a black paint coating on it that you can still see remnants of in those forging marks. So I got as much of that off as I could to help it with its slicing ability. Now the Dingo, on the other hand, was a J. Russell Green River Knife Works, but it was a clip point design. It was much different than what it looks like. All right, I got two sticks. I'm gonna put notches in both of them to simulate basically just cutting some tent stakes. The Dingo. How I do it, I rock it back and forth like that, score it, and then I go about a 1/2 inch or so above it, and then I score it again by just rocking it. Then I press down into the score and scrape from one side to the other, and then repeat that. See how it gives us the little square patch there? Rock down in it a little bit. Rock down in it. And shave across it. Clean it up. By just pushing down and over. And then going straight down again. We make this kind of notch that is good for a tent stake. Then we would just shave some wood off the bottom in a general point. It doesn't have to be pointy like a spear, just like that. And you got your notch to hook your 550 cord or your cordage into as you're setting it up and driving it in. The Wombat, once again, we're going to just rock it back and forth, make our score. With the Wombat, you can kind of go in with the tip, real broad tip. The tip works really well for woodworking. I've noticed it's almost like a chisel or a double beveled chisel. There you have it. This end's kind of jacked up, so I'm going to carve the stake end below my notch. You can see that. Go through it again. Yeah, we're hitting that knot right there. Fuck yeah. Wombat. Dingo.